Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 6th episode of Season 3 of the Lansing USD 469 Lion podcast. I'm Miles Azzeh, your Director of Teaching and Learning.
And I'm Sharon Burns, Director of Communications and Marketing. We're here to bring you the latest news, updates, and highlights from across Lansing USD 469.
Yep, whether you're a student, a parent, or part of our incredible Lansing USD 469 team, we're glad you're here.
Yes, we are. And we are excited to share some employee spotlights, academic spotlights, and to give you a few district-level updates and reminders.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So first, we're going to start with our employee spotlights like we always do. And today's employee spotlight is Mr. Josh Yoakam, our gifted facilitator at Lansing Middle School. We talked about him on the website. We shared this information last Friday, as we do every Friday, our employee spotlights. Josh has been with us with the district for 8 years. He started at our elementary school for 1 year and then moved over to Lansing Middle School. And we are so lucky to have him.
He is, I love every time I talk to Josh because, obviously, as a gifted facilitator, he's a super intelligent person. But I feel like I walk away and I feel like I'm smarter
it's
because
true.
I got to just be around him.
Yes.
And he's such a deep thinker. And no matter what we
He's so
talk about,
thoughtful.
it's like he's very thoughtful. Exactly.
Yeah.
Very introspective, very thoughtful. And I just love
And
talking
very
to him.
deliberate with his words.
Extremely
And you could
deliberate.
tell, his brain's going. Yeah. So, before working for Lansing, Josh worked in public health and then shifted to dedicating himself to providing differentiated instruction to our gifted students. And they're so lucky to have him as their facilitator.
Absolutely. Like I said, he's thoughtful. He thinks outside the box, which is one thing I really love about him and any of our teachers that try to do that, to be outliers, to be innovative. And that's part of the reason that he's one of 3 teachers at the middle school that are piloting this CRE grant, this Center for Reimagining Education, this AI grant that we got from KU. And he has been great at that. He's part of it with Alicia Holyfield and Amanda Thomas. And we had a meeting a couple weeks back, and I was very impressed with all 3 of them. And once again, Josh was extremely thoughtful, thought-provoking, and thinking outside the box, which you need to be for a grant like this.
Exactly. Yeah. And an interesting fact, we had Josh's brother on our podcast in January because that is our board president, Mr. Aaron Yoakam.
Yes.
Yeah, which is awesome. And Josh is also a Lansing graduate. He is deeply rooted in our community with his own kids attending Lansing schools. So it's pretty cool to have
Josh,
him.
we're very lucky to have you. I'm excited to work with you even more on the grant, and then, of course, with anything that we are doing with our gifted facilitation. And, thank you so much for being a part of our district. So I'm going to switch over to the next part, if that's okay.
Yes, of course.
All right, you're looking at me weird. Did I do something wrong?
No.
Okay, so here goes. I'm always on edge. I'm like, wait, what did I forget? What did I not do? Should have looked at the script more. But so far, so good. I'm going to switch over, if it's okay. Our academic spotlight's going to be a little bit broader this time. I'm going to talk a little bit about our virtual academy.
Yeah.
So this is our first year of our virtual academy, which I've spoken on before, and you can read about it in my newsletter, and I've talked about it at board meetings. I'm super excited for the work that we're doing with this. This is our first year, our inaugural year of having a virtual academy. It's been a roller coaster. It's up and down type of thing. But we were expecting, our goal was just to take the students that we had already had that were part of our district, but doing remote learning through Greenbush, which was about 24 students, I believe it was. We were hoping to get those 24 back, like they'd come to us, and they all did. And I was hoping to get a few more students, but instead we ended up with a lot more than a few more students. So we are pushing 80 students now, a majority at the secondary level. And I think it just shows the need that people have, or the desire for homeschooling or remote learning and stuff, but maybe a more structured type of learning, and that's what we have with our Acellus Gold curriculum resource. And then I also hired academic learning coaches, which are actually teachers here in Lansing that monitor student work and help them out, keep them on track, stay with that open communication. But ultimately, it's just been really, really good. Right now, we're at capacity. We're probably beyond capacity. So hopefully next year I'll have more academic learning coaches. But if you're listening to this and you know somebody who might be in the homeschool type setting, they're not really sure if they want their kids to go to a brick and mortar school, I think it's valuable for them to come to the website, reach out to me, and check out and see our our virtual academy.
Right.
So I've talked too much about it probably.
No, you haven't at all.
It's,
and the great thing about it, and you could talk about this because you are obviously the wealth of information here, is activities. Students that are homeschooled normally aren't part of a school district.
Yep.
where you have that ability here.
Yep,
Right?
you can absolutely come and do activities like sports, different extracurricular events. There are some things that, just a heads up, that you can't do, unfortunately, kind of like a debate or band, because
Right,
those are actually classes.
Right.
But yes, extracurricular activities, Kansas has changed the rules on that, and we follow those rules and allow you to. You can also attend like events like dances and stuff like that. I'm really excited that we're doing this kind of stuff for students. It really just ties into the whole, with our strategic plan of the whole child approach. We also mean, like, we don't mean only our Lansing students. These are Lansing students, but now we're reaching out to people that might, once again, not be in your typical brick and mortar public institution, but this really works out well for them. And we have quite a few homeschool students that, when I've talked to the parents, have really loved the platform, Acellus Gold, but they've also really just loved the structure that comes with it. So, like I said, it's been a learning year, and that's just the best that we can do our first year. But with your help and Marty's help, we've put a lot of
systems,
protocol systems.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes I'm a big thinker and I do all this stuff and I can't wait to go, and I forget, like, hey, Miles, you have to have like a more
practical
of a system,
things.
things. So thank you for that.
Flow chart and
the flow chart, the forms and stuff. And like I said, I'm getting there. We're also literally running on a skeleton crew. I mean, for the amount of students we have, we should definitely have more people.
Right.
So we'll improve, because that's just naturally how I am, is that take a deep breath, go slow to go fast. We'll improve for next year, and we will. But it's been a success. The ultimate point of all this is for kids to learn. That has not been an issue. Kids have been online. Kids have been learning, and parents are happy.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. So.
And I like how we've been able to sort of use it as a recruitment tool, because this is another way for our teachers to earn extra money.
Absolutely.
Outside of teaching. They also, in a regular classroom, they are also able to earn some money tracking these students.
Yes.
And that's been wonderful.
So if you're listening to this as a teacher,
yes,
you probably saw my email, and some people were like, well, I'm
especially
not really sure
science
what
and
that
math.
is. Science and math, yes, and high school science and math. But really, if you are a teacher that's like, I would love, yes, the extra income, but also to help kids, this is a great opportunity. So reach out to me, and hopefully year 2 will be even better than year 1. My mini goal is to break 100 students. To break, we're at, I think, around 80, 77,
I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Probably
how much we've
not.
grown this year.
Which, by the way, part of the reason that I have so many students is because somebody decided to use the marketing side of their title and market. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's been great, and thank you also to Marty and the board for allowing me the opportunity to run it. But Marty, he did a lot of this work he talked about on the podcast. I believe he did, but virtual academy work he talked about, at least in our interviews with him, stuff that he did a lot of in Nebraska and Wyoming. So I'm glad that we've brought it here, and it really just shows when somebody comes in with some experience of something, how much they can change a district. So I've been impressed with that, and like I said, honored that I even have a chance to do this.
Yes, yeah. And for those people who are just listening for the first time, it's Superintendent Kobza. So some people might think, who's Marty?
Sorry, Superintendent Marty McFly.
I would say 99.9% of people know who you're talking about. I thought it'd be good just in case.
Apologies, Superintendent Kobza. There we go.
Very formal with it.
Sorry, boss. But I was able to get a Marty McFly reference.
Yes, there you go.
You didn't even react.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right, moving right along.
Yeah, so I'm going to shift now to our district level update, which is a huge one for me. We are going to be introducing rooms to parents this week.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yes, so we're piloting a new two-way communication system that utilizes our current district mobile app, which we remind everyone to download at the end of every episode. So I hope our listeners have the mobile app. But yeah, it's a really...
You have a mobile app?
You better stop. No, it's a great way for us to streamline our communication, because we do not want parents with multiple kids and multiple buildings having 5 different apps they have to track. There's already a couple things, with Canvas and Google Classroom that, we have different, but this is our way we can communicate with our parents and our students.
I love it.
And there's not another app, so they can just keep that. They can get notified of snow days, and they can hear from their teacher, and they can, that communication is there.
I think I've talked about this before in like DLTs and stuff. There's a thing that doesn't make me sound that intelligent. Josh, where you at? Occam's razor. And Occam's razor is essentially the belief that the simplest or most apparent solution, even like the easiest solution, is often the best solution.
Right.
It's a great idea within our mobile app that keeps everybody up to date on everything, like snow days, which we've had 82 of them so far, that they would also be able to communicate within there. And I can say as a parent, it's crazy how many of those different communication tools are out there, which is great, and they all have a lot of wonderful things. But it gets a little overwhelming, and I only have two
Yeah,
kids.
I
can
lived-
even
I've
imagine
lived
what's
it
like
with my own
multiple
kids.
and extracurricular activities
Right.
and all that. So
It's been one of my goals since I started in this
Yeah.
role, and it's a huge undertaking because I know people are comfortable with their own apps. We have teachers, that have used one way for a while, and then a different one in a different classroom. But we heard it time and time again in our strategic plan
Exactly.
meetings that's what parents wanted. They're like, "Can we please simplify this?" And that's what we're working towards. So we're going to be sending some information out on February 27th. So parents, watch your Skyward email. There was some information that hit social media yesterday, February 25th, and our teachers have been in the loop. So we're excited.
I'm glad that you brought up the strategic plan part of it, because you're right. Of all the things that stuck out from me a couple years ago when we did it, and with all those people in the room, was how often they talked about this was one of those things: communication that's a little bit more simplified and consistent. And sometimes they even said there was too much communication. I think what they meant by that was that there was too many different outlets for it. So ultimately, I'm really excited that we are running our district like a system, like as it should be. And yeah, you're right. Change is difficult.
It is, and I get it. Yeah, no, I totally get it.
I mean, and I've talked to, in our meetings, whether it be our academy work that we do and stuff, when we talk to other districts that have this tool or a tool similar, you can tell that they've already been having this, that it's a consistent one across the board. So it is time for us to step up and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Shout out to Bronner Springs.
Yeah, exactly.
Rick Whelan. They've started rooms. So yeah,
Okay.
great example.
Good stuff. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to talk a little bit and
This is
show
my
some sound
favorite.
bites. Yeah, this is your favorite?
This is my favorite.
Okay, my favorite was the Marty McFly thing, but that's fine. We can say this. No, this is absolutely my favorite. Right next to our district office is our early childhood center. And Becca Dalton does a wonderful job
She's
over
amazing.
there. Julie Fink as well in the daycare, and all the teachers and everybody that's over there. And one of my favorite things to do is to go over there, especially when I get that tough email or somebody's not being the most friendly. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go read to little kids because little kids are nice and I like nice people. And I walk across and Becca and all the teachers are always so welcoming and I love it. So you did something kind of cool this week in terms of our
this
sound
morning
bite that we
I
had.
did the exact thing that you just talked about. I walked across the parking lot and I got a big dose of just happiness.
Yeah.
So this week we have asked two of our early childhood students, Gage and Lennon, what their favorite thing they have learned this year has been. And here are their answers.
My name's Lennon, and my favorite thing that I learned was a crocodile. My name is Gage, and I like learning about frogs.
Crocodiles and frogs. Good choices. I love it.
They were so cute.
How adorable are those kids? Like I said, I'm going to go over there right after this podcast.
I'm serious. I left. I went over. I was kind of tired this morning, and it just filled my
It's
cup.
a pick me. It fills your cup. That's
Yeah,
what it
good
is.
kids, good
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. So it's and they do an excellent job over there. And I think we forget sometimes how important that early childhood, pre-K work is. And they work tirelessly over there. So thank you to all the work that we do. And Gage and Lennon, I hope that you continue to learn and love about more information about crocodiles and frogs and other animals.
They were doing a crocodile hunt over there in Lennon's class. So.
Okay. Love it.
It's really cool.
I love that. So for more updates and stories on Lansing, is that a good way to wrap up the episode?
Yeah, it is. Of course it is.
It
Yeah.
better be because they're two adorable kids. For more updates and stories on Lansing USD 469, you can visit us at www.usd469.net.
Yep, and if you don't already have it, please download that free Lansing USD 469 mobile app on Apple and Android. The app allows you to be the first to know about all the fantastic things happening in our district.
I was going to say snow days, but I don't want any more.
I don't want any more.
If you like our content and want to stay up to date with the latest episodes, please follow us wherever you are listening and leave a review to help others find us and learn more about our great district.
Yes, and usually this is where I list out all of the streaming platforms.
You really
but
do.
from now on, instead of listing all of them, you can just listen to on most, because we are on most of the streaming platforms. And if you are somebody who listens to a streaming platform where we aren't, email me, sharon.burns@usd469.net, and I will get us on there.
And CC me so I can hear what platform it is, because I feel like we're on every
I think
single
it took
one.
up half the episode just listing the platforms. So
All right, well, I guess that's a wrap on
That is a
episode
wrap.
6 of season 3.
yes, it is.
Thanks for
Thanks for
listening.
listening.
Bye, everybody.